Hey friends, I am back because I remembered. Isn't that lame? Welcome to Whatcha Paint Wednesday. Sorry I have been absent so much lately. So I was bound and determined to do this today. And I don't have it drawn out. It just didn't work out. But anyways, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, I have to get my computer. Jeez, I don't even have my laptop set out so I can see comments. So give me 1 second while I go grab my laptop. I just got home from meeting my friend Donna to make the exchange. She had went to Craft Gallery and picked up some items for me for my new releases that I had framed down there at Craft Gallery. So we met for breakfast / lunch. I guess it's more like a brunch. And anyway, just got home. I was hoping to get home early enough to have this drawn on there, but alas, that did not happen. Okay. Let's see. You need to be able to see more of the picture. Phyllis, hello. Hot in Arkansas. Yeah, it's hot and muggy here today too. I'm sure it's not as hot as it is there. But thanks for joining me today. I have such a mess right here. I'm trying to put some stuff away so I have room to work. I've been doing fully finishing, so I've got my finishing tools out. Anyway, so here's, I don't know if you can see what this picture is. It's a little corn cob guy and a little pumpkin guy. And it says, "May your Halloween be merry rather than scary." I think it's so stinking cute. I sketched it, I don't know, a few days ago, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to paint that. So here we are. What do you do on these hot days? Oh, you already said it, staying inside and stitching. Read the comments, Teresa. I don't blame you. No, oh, sorry. Okay, mosquito, yeah. They are, and they're tiny. Look at this tiny little mosquito. They're tiny, but they're ferocious, and they're out with a vengeance. And I had stuff to bring in from the truck, so I let a bunch of those little suckers in, and they're that's kind of funny. Suckers, yep, bloodsuckers. It's the third one I've killed since I've been inside here. I want to paint this really loosely. I'm just in the mood for like messy painting. I love this little corncob guy. This is inspired by an antique postcard that I saw online. Thank you. What are you stitching on, Phyllis? You lost power for 45 minutes. Back on now, thank goodness, right? We have become a spoiled society, have we not? Oh, golly, I do not like when our power goes out. We're on the verge of getting it, and what do they call that? A whole house generator, where if your power goes out, like you don't even know it, it just automatically kicks in, and it's not loud and all that. They're expensive and they're really big, so um, that's why we haven't done it yet. We do have a generator though, that we've used and we've let our kids borrow before. Because sometimes, right down the road, they're out of power and we're not. So you just never know. I'm still working on Snooty Parrots by Barbara Anna. Oh, cool. That's awesome. How big is that, like stitch count wise? I didn't think it was, if it's the one I'm thinking of. It's kind of like heavy stitching though, isn't it? If it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I haven't stitched it all this week yet. I don't see it to be in my future at all this week either. Actually, the only thing I will be stitching is closing up a bisque new and like that kind of stitching, finishing a couple pillows and some drums. But as far as cross stitching, nope, no such luck. It's funny, a lot of people don't like winter. I'm becoming, a bigger fan of winter than I used to be. Number one, because I have hot flashes. And so being cold is kind of better now sometimes than being hot and sweaty. But also, hi Cheryl, welcome. Um, but also in the winter, there's not a lot of outdoor things to do. So you definitely have more time. I at least have more time to stitch then because there's not the parties every weekend or, outdoor activities going on that you have in the summer, vacations and all that kind of thing. Retreats, no retreats. Not that there aren't retreats, but I haven't done a winter retreat. So yeah, it's just a time to kind of hunker down and stitch. So yeah, I say I want to be a snowbird and go south for the winter, but I don't know. I guess when I'm older, I'll have more time to stitch. What's Cheryl doing today? You always love winter. Well, since I work at home, it's not a big deal, but I feel bad for people that have to like drive to work in the snow and go out and clean off their vehicles before they can even leave for work, that kind of thing. And the biggest thing, and maybe it's just my laziness, but I just don't like having to bundle all that, put all that stuff on just to go outside. Like I love summer. You slide on some flip flops, or you just go barefoot and you walk out the door. I love that. So they both have their merits, right? Little can. This is going to be. Almost said candy corn. Little Indian corn guy. Isn't he cute? I love him. This is sliding back again, isn't it? Sewing and listening to my friend. Aw. Are you working on a quilt? Yeah, hard to garden in the winter. So yeah, do you find you get a lot more like quilting and stitching done in the winter because you're kind of forced to be indoors? So there you go. Yes, but to be fair, when it's hot, yeah, when it's really hot, you're forced to stay indoors as well. That is true. But in the summer, there's more. I don't maybe not for everyone, but for us, there's more like parties and like we just had our friend weekend where we go up north for 4 days, and there's just more of that kind of thing going on that takes you away from home. Okay, let me just do these letters up here. May your Halloween be merry rather than scary. I was trying to think of something else. I don't really like the words rather than, but I couldn't think of any other phrase that would work. May your Halloween be merry and not scary. That sounds equally bad. Yes, Hardiana, you're so popular. I'm so blessed with lots of friends. Good morning, Miss Colleen. I got the sisters on here. I love it. So what time is it there? One. I always ask this, don't I? You're 3 hours behind. So it's 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's what I thought. Jan is on too. Hello. Hello, Jan. I missed you guys on this Whatcha Paintin Wednesday deal. I miss painting too, so this is really like therapy for me, even though I have a million things to do. But painting is part of who I am, so I gotta quit being so hard on myself. Sorry you have been missing in action. Well, guess what, Jan? You haven't been missing in action because I have been missing in action. So there hasn't really been a whole lot of Whatcha Paintin Wednesday going on. I think it's been 3 weeks since I did Whatcha Paint Wednesday. Because I had the retreat. So the week before the retreat, I didn't do it. And then the week of the retreat, of course, I didn't do it. And then last week, I came down here. This is terrible. I came down here to actually do it. And, I got down here to the studio and I saw something I wanted to take care of. And then I was on my way. I was just busy. That led into something else. And then that led into something else. And the next thing you know, it's like, I think it was like 1:45 or something like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just totally skipped Witch Paint Wednesday. And the funny part is I came down here specifically to do it. That's bad. You guys, I got it bad. Scatterbrain, squirrel brain. Not much action to miss. What you been up to, girl? So Kristen was supposed to come, but her and her daughter ended up getting sick, so they're coming now. I think it's in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. And then when they leave, we're going to Missouri for a little bit. So yeah, busy times. All good stuff though. I have to get a hold of Mendy. I don't think she's on yet, or if she's going to get on today, but I want to meet up with her while I'm in Missouri. How's it feel to be home, Colleen? So I was confused last night when you were on the live video in Patreon. Um, I don't know. I think because I saw on Facebook, I saw that cute picture of you, or not you, it was of your dog with your two grand dogs. So, and you said homeward bound today, something like that. And so I didn't realize that was posted like 3 days prior because I don't get on Facebook that much. So, so I'm like, aren't you in the car right now? But you must have got home a couple days ago, huh? Yeah, I love going away, but oh my gosh, it's always so nice to get home. Why do I keep making his little feet like that? What happened? Okay, Cheryl, I've been recovering from a badly broken arm. Kind of got a little depressed from it. I'm coming out of it now. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Started physical therapy last week. Has PT helped yet? Thank you, Cheryl. I have a bionic arm now, so I will be able to stitch twice as fast, right? To make up for lost time. Oh, physical therapy. That's a beautiful thing, but it's painful too, I know. Right? We have expectations of this wild stitching coming out of Jan. Wild amounts, I should say, of stitching. You know, us makers, when we can't make, yeah, I can totally see getting depressed. When I have like the flu or whatever, and I'm stuck in the house and in bed and just have no energy for 3 to 5 days, I lose my, you know what? Like I can only watch so much TV. And so I usually end up working because I can sit on my laptop, and go in and out of sleep and design patterns or something. Like I have to be doing something because I can't stand to just sit there. And so I totally get what you're saying. If I didn't have that and I couldn't do anything, watch out. It did put me on a sedative, make me sleep the whole time. Aw. Well, I'm glad you're on the road to recovery. I could actually stitch pretty okay with it. There's for some reason there's a heart right here and I can't get rid of it and it covers up some of the comments. Oh, I know why. Because I'm on my other YouTube channel. Hmm. Anyway. Um but I was so dependent I am so independent I cannot stand being taken care of myself. Yeah. That's a woman. That's how we are. Hey, Chris. Taking a long at the workhouse. Not hot here in the 70s. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. Right? Chris is here. I meant to say can't stand not being able to take care of. Right, right, right. I know what you meant. Ooh, in the 90s today. Ugh. Oh, break, taking a break, taking a long, long break. Okay, gotcha. Uh, Nothing wrong with that. I can't wait to start painting this. I was telling Phyllis, um, she was the first one on and we were chit-chatting. I'm like, I want to paint this kind of loose. Like, I don't want to get real tight with it until like maybe the end. I want to have like colors running together. I don't know. We shall see. I'm just in the mood to like be messy. Messy without ruining the picture. How's that? We shall see. Jeepers. God, last night it was so funny. I did that live video on Patreon and then I went up to the house. It was about, I don't know, 9:45 or something. And I'm walking up the walkway and the porch light's not on. So it's pitch dark. And Athena is in front of me. And I have like crimson maple tree on one side and then or no, it's a Japanese maple on one side. So it's tall and it kind of makes this arch that goes over the walkway. And then there's a smaller, like a miniature crimson maple or something. Anyways, on the other side. Well, that larger one, birds like to nest in there. Well, evidently this bird decided it would be fun to just, spook me as I was walking up the walkway. And I got in the house and I'm like, oh, that's right. That was recorded on our Ring. So I watched it back and I was just cracking up. It's weird because the camera on the Ring, even though it's pitch black, it records, like you can see things, you can see people. And Teeny's eyes were glowing, and that's what it looked like I was afraid of. It was hilarious. Pretty funny stuff. Let's see, where are we at? Enjoy your 90s. We are usually 15 degrees cooler than you. I'm closer to the ocean. You're so lucky, Colleen. It sounds wonderful. Hello, Jules. You have AC throughout. I have it in the front room and kitchen, LOL. Yeah, so good thing you don't get as hot as Cheryl does. Love the pumpkin smile. Me too, Phyllis. Thank you. I think he's cute. I think he's pretty cute. Can you see what I'm going to be painting here? This corn cob guy, or Indian corn guy, I got the inspiration from an antique postcard I saw online. And I just loved him, so decided I would. Oh, I got to show you guys something. So, as you know, Donna went to Craft Gallery. She was going down there anyway. She was taking some things to get framed, and she was, she loves to drive. Like, she loves to go places, and her husband, they like to travel. They like to drive. And so anyway, she was going down there to do that and just to see Paul and Carlton and whatnot. And just so happened the day before she was going, her and I were talking on the phone, and she's like, hey, I can pick up your stuff for you. So cool. That was awesome. Saved me a trip down there. So while she's down there, she texts me, and she had taken a picture of this project bag, and she said, is this your fabric from like way back when? And I text her real quick and I'm like, yes, it is. Oh my gosh, I want that bag. I'll pay you when you grab it for me. I'll pay you when you get here. Like, I'm texting her all this stuff, and she's trying to text me back, and then she'd have to, because I was quicker than her in texting it anyways. She had already grabbed the bag because she just knew She could tell it was my work and she knew I would want it. And so she ended up gifting it to me, which was super sweet. And then another fun thing is that the very first thing she ever model stitched for me was, um, it says give thanks on it. And it's a big pumpkin with very pretty leaves. And anyway, because of all the things that she has done for me, like going down and picking up my stuff while she's there, trust me, we met for lunch. She drove an hour. I drove 20 minutes. I'm like, I can drive farther. She's like, no, I like to drive. No big deal. Like, so she really does a lot to help me out. And so I took that piece that she had model stitched for me and I had it framed and I gave it to her. And oh my gosh, she just about flipped inside out. She was so happy to get it. So anyway, let me show you real quick the project bag that she got for me. Oh my gosh, look at this project bag. I totally forgot I designed this fabric line. The other fabrics are not mine. The star one is not mine, and this red is not mine either. So this is a new fabric or bag maker for Craft Gallery, and she does an amazing job. They're quilted. They remind me of Jennifer Cricklewood Crossing, Crickle Creek or Cricklewood Crossing. They remind me of her bags. They're quilted. They got that thicker vinyl on them. So this bag, I'm hoping it fits my punch needle frame in it. It looks like it will, but it might be a tad short. But like this is quilted together, or pieced together. Anyways, so the story on this goes like this, which makes this even more special. So in a magazine years and years ago, so this was probably a good 20 years ago, maybe more, that I got this magazine and it had this bear maker featured in this magazine. I wish I still had the magazine, and it's possible that I do, but I have no idea what it would be. And it was this rocking horse and then these bears. I don't think they were holding flags, and I know the bunny with the hat, the bunny coming out of the hat definitely was not on there. But anyway, I painted it because I loved that rocking horse and everything, but I painted it like this. I added more bears at the bottom. I made it red, white, and blue, and I love the way the painting turned out. I don't know if I still have the original. I hope I do. But I contacted the lady. Her name is Pat Murphy. I contacted her and asked her if I could use that painting, even though this part of it, was something, it was her teddy bears and her rocking horse and all that. And she said, oh, absolutely, you can use it. So then I put it in this fabric line. So that makes it even more special. So this lady, Pat Murphy, she lives in Michigan. This was back in the day before we had email and, websites and PayPal, and none of that had been existed. We didn't have cell phones or any of that. It might have been more like 25 years ago then. But anyway, I have some of her bears. She lives in Michigan. I think I've said that. But she would send me photographs. This was way back in the day. She would send me a photograph of bears that she had made and then on the back she would put the name of the bear, the size of the bear, and then how much it cost. And then I would call her if I wanted one, and then I would mail her a check with shipping, and then she would ship it to me. That's how it used to be back in the day. Snail mail. So anyway, I have some of her bears, and that's how I used to purchase them. Isn't that kind of a fun story? We're having a cold front. It's 96 right now. Under 100 is almost cold. That's a shame, Jan. I'm sorry to hear that. Canada Poo Stitches. Love the corn guy. Hope you chart him as a cross stitch pattern. This would be an adorable cross stitch pattern. I'm trying to get more modeling on this. I was afraid to ask about the weather there, Jan. I can't even imagine. I found some of your older fabrics on eBay. I usually buy it when I find those bags I made you are my favorite fabrics. Yes, I know. I love the older fabrics. It's so nostalgic for me. Thank you, Jan. Very cute bag. Love your bears. I love that bag. Your bears are so cute. Do you remember the name of the fabric line? Oh, no. I can't even remember what else I painted in that fabric line. That's how old that was. It was just too long ago. I mean, I have fabric stored over on the other side of the studio. So, I mean, it's very possible I have some of that fabric. I don't know. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't even know what I have. Someday, when I, do my purging that I've been wanting to do for years, I will go through all that stuff and make sense of it or something, give it away. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it all because, Kevin would say, well, we could sell this fabric, can't we? And I'm like, no, someday I'm going to be quilting and I want to make stuff for the grandkids and blah, blah, blah. Well, that was because I wasn't designing fabric anymore. Well, now I'm designing fabric again and I'm getting new lines in. And it's like, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Okay, let's just start painting. Okay, paintbrush. My mom and Jerry moved. They certainly did. They're in the same park that they are in now, but it's just where they are in the park is like you drive in, and this is a big park, mobile home park, and manufactured homes. I don't know, double wide. I guess they're more like trailers, but they're like houses inside. It's amazing how big they are now. But anyways, you go in. It's a beautiful entrance, and you go this way or you go that way. And this park goes way, 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 way back. I don't know how many homes are in there, but there's a ton. So, anyways, their place, when you drive in, their place is right there. So they see the lights of all the cars come in. There's motorcycles, all hours of the night that are loud, vehicles that are loud. And it all goes, it's only one way in and one way out, and it's right there. And so they will have been there a year, I think in September. I don't have any paper towel. Hold on, please. So they were anxious to move somewhere else in the park. So I knew they had been looking and they've been talking to the people that own the park about, moving and whatnot. And so they were over here Sunday for Easton's birthday, never said a thing. And then Monday, my mom calls me. Guess what? We're moving. Like she's been packing and doing all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, they have a moving company doing all the big stuff. And then I said, when you get ready to move your boxes and stuff, I already hurt my back, so I'm not going to be helping. But, we got Kyle and Ryan. I said, you have grandsons with big muscles. They can come help. I don't think I even told the boys, though, yet. Anyway. See how this is just like the paint is just bleeding everywhere. It's okay. I want this to be a little more messy than I normally do. Makes it more interesting. What happened to the chat? Man, everyone just got quiet all of a sudden. Where'd you all go? Well, there's a lot of water on this painting. I might have to go dry it for a second. I should be painting snow, so all of y'all that are in the 100-degree temperatures maybe it would cool you down a bit. All y'all in the 100-degree temperatures. Oh, Cheryl's busy sewing. I get it. Probably everyone's busy doing some kind of handcraft while listening. All right. You guys, I got to take a look. My messy wouldn't look that good. That's funny. I have to go dry this, though. It's just way too wet to work with. That was a lovely... I should have put that bag laying down here so you didn't have to look at that messy foam core sitting there. Well, hello, Donna. Welcome, welcome. You've gone covert incognito. That's funny. Taking a break from work, Donna. Oh, I'm sweating. God, I really should clean my palette off. It's so messy. Everything's looking muddy. Let me just do this. All that blue was from when I did that Santa fabric line. And I don't need blue for this painting, so I need to get that out of there. It's taking up too much real estate. Oh, you did? You found some of my fabric called Life's a Trip. Ah, I love it. That one is very different for me. I had this one called, oh, it was like Pioneer. I don't remember what I called it actually. But it was bears in covered wagons and like pioneers. Oh my gosh. I know I have some of that fabric though. You guys, I'm turning the air on. I can't deal with this anymore. Okay, it was 72 in here. It feels like 90, so I must be having a hot flash. Yes. I have the artwork right over there. I could show it to you guys, but I need to stay focused. Focused on the painting. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I know Cheryl used your fabric making a Halloween quilt. It's adorable. Oh, some of my old fabric or some of the newer? want a brighter orange, but everything got so muddy. There we go. Oh yeah, that's much better. Makes you feel cooler with my fan going. Oh, new. Okay. Well, yeah, waiting on me though, you might be better off finding it yourself. But I would love to give you some of that, Colleen. It's just, you know me, I don't have a lot of time and to go dig for it. Yeah, it would probably be a while before I could find time to do that. But um, yeah, I'd love to say, hey, I've got some of that. I'll send you some, and then just be able to go right over there and grab it. But if you saw what it looks like over there, you would understand why we need to do another purging. All right. I love Pioneer images. You should cross stitch something with a covered wagon. There's not much of any cross stitch patterns with covered wagons. It'd be cool to do like a, I mean, I know not everybody likes samplers, but kind of like a Pioneer sampler. That'd be kind of cool. I had somebody at the Craft Gallery retreat. She's like, "Will you please do a circus theme cross stitch?" She said, "With your, folk art style." She said, "Oh my gosh, I would love to see you do that." There's just so many things to do. So many possibilities, I should say. That yeah. Oh, that's so nice, Jan. Beth Twist has a covered wagon in Pioneer Life. Oh, is that the name of her Is it a sampler? Just saw what? Just saw you're down by the sea, little nautical bears. So cute. Where did you see that at? Oh, you're looking online right now? It's funny because I think now that I'm designing fabric again, people are finding my old fabric and then selling it. Because, yeah, all that bear stuff, that was so long ago. Oops. I think I have his hand backwards. I do. His fingers would be coming down this way. Right? Yeah. That still doesn't look right. That ain't right either. Whatever. It's folk art. It can be whatever it wants to be. It can be whatever I tell it's going to be. I don't know. To close even. Well, pioneer days would certainly fulfill any primitive designs from dowels to quilts to needlework. To close even. Yes. Ow. Give me one sec. Be right back. BRB, people. Okay, so I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to go get the artwork. And this is, oh, it was called Wild West. And I only have one piece. Like there should be a repeating stripe and all of that too, but this is like the sampler part. I'll move this out of the way. So it's got like a washboard and the bison and the pioneer, like the little hats, butter churn. Can you see all this? There you go, you can see it all. Look at this bear with his axe. Covered wagon, spinning wheel. Look at this scene. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Right here. Look at that one with their covered wagons in the background. There's a tent. The little girl, her with a little baby, and the guy with, he's got some birds that he killed. He's drinking out of a little tin cup. They got a little fire there. Oh my gosh, I think it's so funny. Look at the detail in this though. And it's tiny. Look how tiny that is. I mean, that's like my hand. Look how tiny that is. This guy getting water from the well. You like the map? The California Trail, the Bozeman Trail, Oregon Trail, Old Spanish Trail. I did a lot of history, a lot of research to find out the history. And I found it fascinating, actually. I like that cover wagon. Prairie Schooner. Yes, the map shows from Missouri to Cali, which is the trail they took. Let me go back to the map. So is that the Oregon Trail? And then it went into the California Trail. And then that one went up to Oregon. Oregon. Isn't that fun? And there's a lot more artwork that goes with this because there's 4 like paintings that they used to make into pillow panels. And then there's like a repeating stripe. There should be some coordinates that go along with this. Anyway, I thought you might want to see that, Colleen, since we were talking about it. Well, not just Colleen, but I know you're interested in all that. I got such a mess, you guys. Anyway. Yeah, so that, I don't think it's dated on the back of that. Well, the number is 1178. That's like 3,000 paintings ago. So it was a long time ago. That's all I can say. Soulful Crane. Hello from Italy. Well, hello, hello. Thank you very much. Well, the one thing I thought was fascinating too, as I was reading about it and learning, you know, about the whole prairie life, um, things that you don't think about, like this was the one thing that stands out in my mind the most is so they have, horses pulling their covered wagons, okay? And when they got to the top of a big hill, they couldn't just go down the hill because the covered wagon would just plow over the horses or, whatever they had pulling their wagon. So they had to take ropes and tie the ropes Imagine how long these ropes had to be. They would tie the ropes around trees, and then just as the horses would go down the hill, they would just let, they'd have the ropes tied onto the wagons, and they would just have to slowly let the wagon down as the horses were going down. I would have never even, like, that's just not something they taught us in school. That we didn't really go over prairie life. It was more about the history of, wars and stuff like that. They didn't. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. What is this? Cheryl too, LOL. She's a descendant, I think. Oh wait, DNA proves it, LOL. That's funny. No getting out of it, sister. That's right. That's too funny. I think being a woman back then would be just, oh gal. I mean, I think it was just a hard life for anyone really, but I don't know. I'm sure being that you're all women, you're thinking the same thing I am, and it's like, oh, we are so spoiled these days. We don't even realize how good we have it sometimes. You have to stop and think about how good we actually have it. See, I'm already tightening up on my painting. Well, this coming down is in front of all that other stuff, so I have to kind of be careful here. No, no, I did not learn about the dot in school. No, too funny. Here, let's put eyeballs on these characters so they don't look so weird. Let's do him first. Must have been a California history thing too. We also had a war during that time in Mexico. Sometimes we were Mexico, sometimes we were California. See, they didn't teach us all that. Did not know that, Colleen. I'm gonna wait on that. would make sense, though, that that was something that they taught you, being that you're in California or you went to school there. That makes sense. Boy, the air has not shut off yet. It was on 72 and I put it at 69. I know, I can't help it. Well, it's all windows down here, so it gets so hot. And I can't work under these conditions. No. Is your first corn guy? He's very cool. Thank you, Donna. Yes, this is my first corn guy, and I think he is super cool. He's fun. He is a fun guy. No, he's not a fun guy because then he would be a mushroom. He's he's a clever little fellow. Yeah, if you look at Halloween, like antique Halloween postcards, they have some of the funniest things. And I saw a corn guy, and I just thought he was so fun. And I'm like, yes, we can do that. Thank you, Jules. Do you guys want to see one of my new releases that I picked up today from Donna? I know you're going to say no, so never mind. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I love watching people paint too, especially people that paint like realistic portraits, you know, because when they first start out, it just is a hot mess. And it's just like anything, any kind of painting. The more layers you put on, the more details you put in, the more you can watch it come to life. And it's so fun. It's just fun to watch. I love his little grin. Like he's been up to no good, this little guy here. Okay, let me go grab it. I know not everyone's into this, but you know what? Can't make everyone happy. Can't make everyone happy. I've learned that a long time ago. All right, here we go. Da, da, da. My first, and probably last, I don't see myself doing a lot of Adam and Eve things, but this was in my sketchbook for, this is back when I was sketching like kind of folk arty stuff. So I'm going to say probably 2014 or something like that. This has been in my sketchbook and I love it. Fall from Grace. I love it. The frame, oh my gosh, I feel like the frame could not be any better. Like this color mimics this mocha kind of color of the tree and the border. And then these kind of look like apples, you know, they're kind of round like apples are. And just the scroll work works with this kind of scrolly border kind of thing. I don't know, I love it. Thank you. I know some people don't like stitching Adam and Eve, some people don't like stitching people, but it's okay. It's not for everybody, but it's for me. I absolutely love it. So yay, that's one of my new releases. Thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Jules and Colleen and Donna. Canada Poo Stitches. Okay, I'm gonna go put it back. So there was 2 framed pieces, and then she made a Harvest Biscore new stitched one for me. Oh, I get excited when I'm going to do a new release just because, you know, the idea, you know, like just like the Adam and Eve, that's been in my sketchbook for years and years and years. Okay. Then I finally chart it. Okay. I take the time to chart it. Then I send it out to be stitched, you know, and that takes a while. Then I send it off for framing. And it's like when it finally comes back from the framer, I just go, yes, yes. This makes me so happy. When does it come out? Well, I'm not 100% sure. It will be either August or September. I'm decided to split up my new release into 2 months because I have just too much to offer for one release, and it's just a ton of work to try to do all of that at the same time. So I don't know if it'll be the August or the September one. Probably September, just because I've got a lot of fall stuff that I want to get out in August. And Adam and Eve can, that can be anytime. So I'm going to say September. So soon. It's already August. You know how fast time goes. I love all your August releases also on Patreon. Can't wait to stitch all of them. The cats are so fun. Thank you, Donna. Like rewrite history? LOL. What? Colleen, you make me laugh. What did she say? Oh, wait. I would remove the leaves and pretend they didn't sin. Well, you know what? You do that. I'm curious to see what your Adam and Eve looks like unveiled. You're too funny. It would be the talk of the cross-stitch world, right? It has to be so satisfying to see a sketch become a completed project. It is, absolutely. It makes my heart so happy. Especially one like that that's been in my sketchbook forever. Like this piece here, I just sketched this like, I don't know, maybe 3 days ago. So yeah, something that's been, especially because it's been on my mind all that time too. Like, I really need to get that done. I really need to get that done. And anyway, finally just did it. All right. We need more shadowing. Seriously, the battery's dead on my camera already? Oh my gosh, it's 2:15. I was going to be done at 2. That's hilarious. Hey, time flies when you're having fun. I seriously looked up and it was 1:45. It feels like 5 minutes ago. And now it's 1:45. You guys make it so fun. I don't ever want to stop. All right, I'm going to have to call it quits for now. It is 2:45, and I have other things I need to work on, but let's see. I got to read the last ones here. Oh, good. A bunch of new stuff coming out right when I said I wasn't going to spend. I get to rebel against bossing myself one more time, right? Isn't that funny? I don't like to be bossed around even by myself. Well, hello, Doreen. That is too funny. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me today. I will be back next Wednesday, barring nothing happens in between now and then. Hopefully by then my back is back to normal, and we will continue on this painting. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful week full of all kinds of creative things. I hope your weather cools off. And thank you, Phyllis. Thank you guys for joining me. I so appreciate it. Have a great week. Bye.